Welcome students. In this video, we will be discussing about a problem, a challenge called as seconds and minutes challenge. And this challenge is going to be on method overloading category. Okay, it is going to be based on the concept called as method overloading. Okay, so let us first of all look into the problem statement actually. Okay, so the problem statement is going to be create a method. Okay, create method called get duration. Okay, it's the method name is get duration string, and this method should be with two parameters, whereas the first parameter, coming to first parameter, is actually minutes, and the second parameter is second parameter seconds. Okay, so first parameter is minutes and second parameter is seconds. So we have to create a method called get duration string with two parameters. One is first parameter, which is minute, and the second parameter is seconds. Okay, the next problem statement is that we should be validating these two, like arguments or the parameters. Okay, so you should validate. Okay, you should validate that the first parameter, okay, the first parameter, which is minutes, it should be greater than or equal to 0. Minutes should not be less than 0. That's the first one. The next one is that you should also validate. Okay, you should validate. Okay, you should also validate, for example, that the second, you should validate that the second parameter, which is seconds, which should be between 0 and 59. So it should be greater than or equal to 0, and also it should be less than or equal to 59. Okay, because you are taking also minutes. If you try to take seconds more than 59, it is not logical. Am I right or wrong? If it is more than 60, if it's more than 59, let us take it as a minute, because we also have a parameter called as minute. Not right to mention 6 minute 100 seconds. Better you can like, instead of representing 6 minute 100 seconds, we can go with 7 minute 40 seconds. That will be more logical. So we should be validating the second parameter. It should be greater than or equal to 0, and it should be less than or equal to 59. So the method should return, the method should return -1, or it should be, sorry, it should return a string called as invalid. It should return a string called as invalid value. Okay, invalid value. Okay, in the method. Okay, so it should return, in the method should return invalid value. Okay, if it should return invalid value if either of the above validation, if either of the above are not true, if any one of the validation is failing, then you have to return invalid value, a string called as invalid value. Okay, suppose if the parameters are valid, okay, if the parameters are, okay, if the parameters are valid, okay, if the parameters are valid, then calculate, that is convert minutes, okay, convert minutes and seconds into hours, minutes, and seconds. So when you will be provided with only minutes and seconds, which you have to convert it into hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay, fine. And it should return the method. Okay, the method should return a string. Method should return a string. It should return a string in the format xx hour followed by y minute, then followed by z second, where xx is actually representing hours, and YY is representing minutes, and ZZ is representing seconds. Right, so the problem statement is actually create a method called get duration string. Two parameters have to be provided. First parameter is called as minutes, and second parameter is called as seconds. And both this parameter minutes and seconds have to be validated, and we should validate that the first parameter minute should be greater than or equal to 0, and same time the second parameter should be greater than or equal to 0 and also less than or equal to 59. And the method should return invalid value if either of the above are not true. Suppose if the parameters are valid, then we have to convert the minutes and seconds into hours, minutes and seconds. So the method should return a string XX hour, YY minute and ZZ second. Right, so we will just directly get into the editor. Okay, 1 minute, we'll just get the help of the editor. Okay, so we'll just open the folder Java, and also we will create a file. Okay, we will just simply create a file, and this file we will save it as seconds and minutes. Okay, seconds and minutes dot Java is a extension. Okay, fine. So when Java and seconds seconds and minutes is a let us have seconds and minutes as a, so whatever is the name of the file, the same we have to take it as a class. So public class, and the name of the class we can take it as seconds, and minutes is the name of the class. Then we have to be taking the default method, main method. Okay, now coming here, the next method that we are going to define. So according to the problem statement, we have to be defining a problem statement called as get duration string. So let us declare public static void, then the method name is going to be get duration string, and this method should be taking two parameter. One parameter is minute, the other parameter is second, and we are preferring to take it in the type long, because long integer, right? So long minutes and long seconds. So long minutes and another one is long seconds is a next argument. After accepting this two argument, now the first thing that we should do is we should check for validation. That is, if the minutes that is provided, if it is less than 0, or otherwise if the seconds provided, if it is less than 0, or otherwise if the seconds provided, if it is greater than 59, if any one of this condition is getting true, because minute should not be negative and second should be always between 0 and 59. So if any one of this condition is evaluated to true, then this is definitely invalid value. So we can return, as per the problem statement, we can return invalid value or invalid argument or parameter. Okay, so invalid value, fine. Okay, suppose if not, no need of writing else condition, we can just, because you have mentioned a return statement here, and so if you are returning a string, what should be the return type here? The return type should be also string. That's why it is showing error actually. Right, so return type of the function becomes string. Now because return statement is mentioned here, if this is executed, all the other lines after this will not be executed. So no need of writing else. So directly we will take a variable called as hours, long variable called as hours. How many minutes is equal to 1 hour? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Simple calculation, right? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So, okay, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So, if you want to calculate what is the number of hour for 1 minute, what you will do? You will divide the hour by 60. So, if 5 hours, then totally how many minutes? 5 multiplied by 60. If minute is provided and asked to be converted to hour, the contrast thing, opposite. When hour provided, minute is converted, multiplication. When minute provided, hour have to be calculated, then divide. Divide minute by 60, you get hour. Multiply hour by 60, you get minute. So we need to be converting minute to hour. So take the value of minutes and divide it by 60. Only you'll be getting whole number. Like see, for example, if the minute is like 110, 110 can, if divided by 60, only 160 is available. Remainder 50 will be there. Remainder 50. That 50, that remainder 50, what we can do, we can take it as the remaining minute. Okay, so we will take one more variable called as remaining minutes. Remaining minutes, and it is equal to minutes divided by, sorry, it's minutes mod 60. It is minutes mod 60. Okay, so when you divide it by 60, you get a whole number, which is actually the number of hour. Whatever the remainder that you are getting, it is going to be the remaining minute. So we have converted minute to hour and minute now. I think seconds we need not to touch. Minute we have converted into hour plus minute. So hour is here in the variable hours, and the minute is available in the remaining minutes. So after doing this, we can return a string, because the return type is string. Return a string saying that, okay, return a string saying that totally how many hours? Hours. Okay, it is like hours plus how many hours you see, hour, exactly the value of hours, and say h. Okay, h, and then after that it is going to be minutes. So just mention minute which is available in the variable remaining minutes. So remaining minutes plus m space. Then again the next one is actually seconds. Seconds is available in the variable seconds. So also followed by a symbol s, string s. So we are returning in the format of xx hour, minute, and ss second. So we are returning in that format. We are returning a string in the format. Okay, fine. Now let us verify by calling this get duration string function, and let us check whether we are getting the right thing. Okay, so now we will be calling. So first of all, we need a string actually to receive the answer. So have string, and also have, this is like time is equal to, variable name is time, equal to, let us call the function get duration string and pass a minute and second. For example, let us pass 130 minute, and in terms of second we will be placing 23. When 130 is converted to hour, 130 divided by 60, what you'll get? 2, which means 2 hours. What is the remaining minute? 10 minute. So 2 hours 10 minute 23 seconds have to be the answer. So let us try to print system.out.println of time. Okay, and let us check it now. Right, so let us execute and let us check it now. That is 2 hours 10 minutes 23 seconds. Yes, perfect. Now here comes the method overloading. The importance of method overloading. See, the same process you can do, but users instead of giving minutes and seconds, they can give you only seconds, and they can ask you to write convert it into hours, minutes, and seconds. Some cases. So you no need to write another method with a different name, which might confuse you. Have same name, but instead of getting minutes and seconds, have seconds, only seconds. I can show you one. I can tell you one example. In few places you might have to find maximum of 2. Few places you can find maximum of 3 numbers. Few places maximum of 4 numbers. So write a method with the same name. 3 method with same name, and one method pass only 2 argument. One method pass 3 argument. One method pass 4 argument. In one method, write the steps to find maximum of 2 numbers. Next method, next method you just pass 3 numbers and find the maximum of 3. Next method, pass 4 parameters and find the maximum of 4. Same method name, but different number of argument can be provided. That is what the importance of method overloading. So don't write separate function for finding maximum of 2, maximum of 3, maximum of 4. Suppose user entering 2, it will automatically call the method having 2 parameter. If automatically 3 parameters are passed, then the method with 3 parameter will be called. So this is one of the very important thing where you need not to repeat the you need not to create multiple method names, which will increase the name of the method in the program, which might little bit confuse you, right? Fine. Now the next method what we are going to do is we are going to take the same method. Public static string is the return type, so string, and then the name of the function is again going to be the same. Okay, get duration. Okay, sorry, get duration string. Okay, get duration string, and same method name, but it is going to be only seconds now. So long, and the only parameter that we obtain is now seconds. Okay, fine. So now taking only seconds, now what we can do, we can convert seconds to minutes and seconds, and we can call this function, because already this function is actually converting minutes and seconds to hours, minutes and seconds. So here our task is to convert seconds to minutes and seconds, and then call this function, calls its method. Okay, so before that we need to check whether if seconds is less than 0, only this is a validation. If seconds is less than 0, then what we can do is we can return probably invalid value. Invalid value. Else. Don't need to mention else. If not, after the if condition, what we need to do is we can take a variable called as minutes. And how to see how many seconds equal to 1 minute? 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Okay, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So if you want to convert a second to minute, what we have to do? Minute to second multiplication. Minute multiplied by 60 equal to seconds. Seconds divided by 60 equal to minute. So take the total number of seconds divided by 60, automatically you will be getting minutes. Now you can have some remaining seconds also, which we can probably take it using the help of remaining second variable. So remaining seconds is a variable which is equal to, when you divide seconds by 60 you got minutes, and the remainder will be the remaining seconds. So mod 60, mod is the operator used to find the remainder. Okay, now this is the minute and remaining seconds is the second. So these two arguments we can pass it to this method, calling the same get duration. So get duration method we are calling, instead of minute we are passing minutes, but instead of seconds we will be passing remaining seconds. Okay, it is going to be remaining seconds. Yes. Okay, I think no need of returning here, because automatically, see, I think, yeah, return here also your string will be returned. So when you call this method, it will return you with string, the same string you receive, and again you make one more return statement. So from this method, this string will be returned here to this method call, and this method call, before you have return statement, the same value will be returned to main method. So now what we are going to do is, with the same time variable, let us call get duration string, and let us pass only seconds. So let us pass a total of, for example, 300 seconds. Sorry, let us pass 3000 seconds. Okay, let us take 30,000 seconds, and this have to be converted to hours, minutes, and seconds. We'll verify. So next, with the help of system.out.println, we'll be printing the new time. Okay, so we will check whether it is working properly or not. See here, 8 hours 20 minutes 0 second is what is the conversion of 30,000. Right? Fine. So I think now, because of this, you could have understood the importance of method overloading. Same concept, but for different number of argument, if the same concept to be executed, then come here to Method overloading. So method overloading is defining multiple methods with a different number of arguments. That's what method overloading is all about. Right? Okay. Thank you, students.